Hey guys, Mr. Winters here again. During this lesson, we are going to be working on absolute value. Now, absolute value is typically dealing with a number line, so I'm going to construct a number line real quick, just some numbers. I'll just go 0, 1, 2, 3, and then on my left side, I know those numbers are going to be negative, so -1, -2, and -3. When we are talking about absolute value, what we are asking is how far away a number is from 0 on your number line. So if I were to ask what the absolute value of 1 is, I'm going to go over here to my 1, and I'm going to make a line going from 1 to 0 and count how many times it takes to get from 1 to 0. So I'm going to say 1. It took 1 time to get from 1 to 0. If I were to ask what the absolute value of -1 is, I'm going to do the same thing, only start with my -1 and still move to 0. So I'm going to go 1, and that took me 1 time. So for 1 and -1, your absolute value is going to equal 1. Now let's say -3. I'm going to move again and see how many times it takes to get from 0 from -3. 1, 2, 3. So the absolute value of -3 is 3. And then for the absolute value of 3, let's count. 1, 2, 3 times. So whether it's negative or positive, you will get the same answer. There are some exceptions. You will see from time to time there'll be questions that are asking you what negative parentheses -2 is. So anytime you see that, we know that the absolute value of this -2, if we were to come over here and go 1, 2, that would equal 2. However, if we have this negative outside of the parentheses, we have to add that in front of our 2. So the absolute value of negative parentheses -2 would be -2. That is the only time we will get that negative as our answer when it's asking for absolute value.